I feel the pressure. Now you see, now the pressure also comes in society.
Yeah.
And today we're gonna kidogo be talking about double standards. You see, now you're thinking about this 50 Gs is guaranteed. Unajua tu end month kuendeaje ama kuendeaje, I will have the 50 Gs. But you know, kwa akili yako unadhani with my brand as MC Mumbe, I don't know whether I'm going to get a gig.
Exactly.
So you're relying on this, and then there's a lot of pressure that comes in society. Unajua kuna kitu inaitwa black tax. And there's a lot of pressure. You have to go and work because you have to pay black tax, you know. So it's crazy. And now you know where the double standards comes in. I have a friend of mine who wanted to get married, right? So now the guy comes and we chapa some good stories, and he tells us, hey Buddha, mi nataka mnipeleke ni get msupa. It's like cool, let's go and help you do your Aurora show. Now we fika to the babe's home. Tumefika hapo hivi mresh, budake amedaisha niaje, nyinyi mnataka nini hapa? Tunamwambia baba, tumekuja kuchukua mtoto wako.
We have seen a flower in the farm.
Tumekuja utupatie.
Hizo nini wao mnasema?
To pluck it. Tunaomba utupatie mkono wa ndoa. Hand in marriage.
Mkono wa ndoa is wild.
Hand in marriage.
Mkono wa ndoa is wild.
I was so surprised. Huo mzaya alisema I cannot allow my daughter to get married right now because she just finished campus and she just started working. Now what the father was trying to say in polite and kind words is, nimemsomesha, tafadhali naomba nikule mshahara wake before aende kukula. What do you guys think about that? Do you see some double standards in the story? Mnafilaje na hii story?
Kabaya. It is quite sad because huyo mtu hii after amefika 40 sasa mtakuwa mnampea pressure. Mbona uleti mtu? Mbona uleti mtu?
Hata post ya mwakali itatolewa kwa
maze wanza kwa mbonete kitu yoyote. Hujakuta na kitu yoyote. Anything, you know.
Anything that is breathing.
Exactly.
All the daughters are not married.
Yeah,
na uko nao watatu hapo hivyo. Umeandika hadi kwa gate, marry one, get two free.
Mimi ile joke ya
because of the standard.
Yeah, this man mwenye he had 2 daughters and a son. And now these daughters, the first daughter comes and tells this man, Dad, I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. And the dad is like, hey, wait. The second daughter comes and she's like, Dad, I'm also gay. I'm also a lesbian. Well, wanitangwa wote gay. Yeah. And now the man is asking the children, kuna mtu ananiletea mwanaume kwa hii nyumba. Then the son comes and so, in fact, Daddy, I'm gay.
No, that's a very sad joke.
So the last born was a guy.
Was a guy.
Mzaya alikuwa ameachwa second born. Na hakuna mtu ananiletea mwanaume. Sana kamwambia dad, wait a minute. But that's so sad.
That's sad.
You see now the way society imefanya this something ikwe very cool. A lot of things are happening.
Yeah.
But guys, I have a question for you that I was asked by someone. What is the worst that you could do if your son or your daughter came and told you that they are gay?
Luere.
What's the worst that you can do?
Luere hulanga papa.
Ama utampeleka ushago ni Mluya kwanza utamfanyia tandiko.
Umesikia wimbo?
Tandiko ni nini?
Wewe nasikia wimbo na hivyo.
Luere na
ni matanga hiyo. Itakuwa ni mazishi.
So cool kids wanasema itakuwa ni mazishi. Sisi ni luere.
Unasema Waswahili basi tunasema kuna mtu atakata kamba. Kicking the bucket.
Unapiga ndoo teke pale.
Kuna mtu atapiga. You will actually do that?
No, me I'll just go to heaven and live in this world.
Okay.
Baba nichukue.
Hey.
You know, there is a time I asked my mom such an hypothetical question. I was like, okay, kwa situation yenye you have to save one person, your dad or your husband. Uta save nani? Guess I'll say nini?
The husband.
No, in the mighty name of Jesus, I destroy I cancel such situations. It is not my portion, it will not happen. So that is the exact answer I'm giving you guys. I cancel and I destroy such a situation. It will not happen, it is not my portion. I'm not giving it a thought.
No, we are not giving it a thought because you know us, we are speaking on behalf of many people. Now, God has given us the opportunity and a platform to speak on behalf of a lot. Ushonaga zile za speaking for
asking for a friend.
And 55 hours. Because I know people are struggling right now. And now you see now the story of LGBTQ has been so modernized that it has become so cool. Sai mtoi aogopi kukam kushow budake. The father is like, the kid is like, dad, this is the cool thing that is happening right now. But what is the worst that you can do? You know me, I was thinking about that thing and I was like, wait a minute. And what is the worst I can do? There is nothing.
Hakuna kitu unaweza fanya by the.
Wezi wa umtoi. And then at the end of the day, when you send them out of your household,
bado ni mtoi wako.
Damu bado ni yako.
Hata umkatae useme wewe si mtoto wangu. Damu
kama unaitwa nani? But now there is a place where now we are curbing that not to happen. You know, Scripture is very clear. It says that we bring up our children in the ways of the
Lord.
And when they are old, they will never depart from.
The word of God says, any plantation that is not of God, you unpluck it.
Unpluck it.
Yeah. So one thing that I will never do concerning my children. I will never service the plans of the enemy. I will never entertain the word that is not of God, of the enemy. So my kids can never be gay. So adi akikam kusema sijui nini, I will never service it. I will go back to the person who gave me that child. It is my God. I tell God, you said that my kid is a reward of my womb. Easy news azezi kuwa ni news za mtu mwenye ni reward. A reward should be something that is joyful. So change the story, period.
That's on period.
But now tukipiga tu hypothetical, I know of someone, and this is a true story. I'm not going to say their name. When we were 21 and young, oh my God, to be young. When we were 21 and young, some of our friends, some of my friends got married at 21, and then there was one of us mwenye alikuwa ameanza LGBTQ tendencies, and now to a point yenye mpaka the family of this girl was concerned, you know. And I was asking the brother, like, what would you do if today she comes home with Harriet and tells you that Harriet is the love of my life? And the brother is like, sisi tutachapa tu msichana akili rudi kwa kichwa. It's the first thing that came to mind. But now I was thinking, and this is an answer to your question, that there has to be a root to all these things. There has to be a root. For someone to wake up in the morning na aseme ati, leo mina feel leo mimi sio Stella, mini Sam. There has to be a root. So you need to find me naeza sema to just find the root of all these things. No. And most of the times it's childhood trauma. Guys, I am a big advocate of people doing therapy.
That's for sure.
Go for therapy. You'll find out that there's some major childhood and wounds that really affect you as an adult. No. I am sorry, I'm going to mention now this name. Michelle Ntalami was alikuwa anacheza hiyo timu ingine. Many years later into this thing, she's tired. And she realizes, man, what am I doing? And she comes back to her senses. And we thank the Lord that she did. You know? So it's most of the time it's a phase or it's trauma that is speaking. And you could literally see Michelle Ntalami in all her glory, that there was something that is perpetually wrong with her. No. So mi naeza sema tu we just get to the root of the problem. Just get to know what is happening. This is the inner child, as my therapist says. This is the inner child screaming when we're wanting to get out.
And I believe as long as you have been brought up in an African household, a trauma.
A trauma nayo ni
Let me tell you the reason why I'm saying that growing your children in the ways of the Lord, it's very important because when they are old, actually kuna watu wamegrowia kwa church but wako na zile unafikaga place unasikia kutoka hata kwa Christianity. Not even unasikia. Some of us have even walked out of faith. But we went and came back to our senses.
I was an atheist for a whole year.
Oh, for real? Now, it's because of umekumbuka what you are taught growing up. But then let me tell you one thing, Stella. It's if you didn't have a good foundation, you would have ridden with that wave. Because most of the times you normally get tendencies where we are influenced by our peers or people around us. You get? But now when you remember how you were brought up and how you grew up, you come back to your senses. Unakumbuka kitu madhako ashai kukatazaga ulifanyaga ukiwa mtoi hadi wa leo ukifanya unadhani madhako anakuona.
Yeah. Usivae manguo ambayo ina reveal vitu. Kwa nini unatembea uchi?
You get now you see even when your mom is not around you feel like she's watching.
Yeah.
Una feel nika madhako ako hapa. Yeah, unakula kwa wenyewe unadhani madhako ako area anakucheka.
Kwa nini unakula kwa?
Yeah, so me I feel like my heart really bleeds for people who are in that situation, for parents who are in that situation, and our prayer is that even as we are having this conversation, that parents will actually have a foundation, and now the foundation, friends, it's Christ.
Jesus.
You know, allowing our homes to be an altar. Unajua, isikuwe tu place ya watu wanakam wanapita wanaishia, because now there are some beliefs that zina happen home kwetu zenye it's crazy. Before we started the pod, we were having a conversation, guys, and we were talking about marriage and ratios and where do you guys think marriage starts? Do you think marriage starts when Esther Mumbe, you're wearing a very beautiful gown walking down the aisle?
Nah.
Where do you think marriage starts?
When that man sees me
Hey, way!
and he's like, damn, check it in.
Check it in.
Then he decides to be intentional, then approaches me and asks me to be his girlfriend. Then I play hard to get for several days.
Also, you guys play hard to get intentionally.
Very intentionally. Then days, squeeze your 24 years. Nico Bird.
You're past 25 and you're playing hard to get for years. My
Gone are the days.
Nilikuwa na watch Benachi. I was watching a vlog with about Benachi. Ati alipatana na wife yake Oktoba wakamaridek.
Wacha hivyo. A big shout out to DJ Stevo and Naini. DJ Stevo alimit January, by October DJ Stevo alifanya Rora show, alipropose June, wakafanya Rora show October, and November 25th 2022 walikuwa shafanya.
What I know, if a man wants to, he will, period. If he does not want to, he'll waste your time.
Wacha hata ya Stevo, unasikia hii ya Benachi ilikuwa
October, those are 3 months.
December. So between October and December, the first sight that they met was on October.
Yeah.
Then December they walked down the aisle. So imagine between October and December wameenda kwa wazazi.
Sema talking stage ni as soon as possible.
Acha nikushow. Unachiki venye back then wazazi wetu walikuwa wanadu. That is still the standard. You know, because ikitu ya kukamna kamkidu, if you're two sober people, you're able to tell if enyewe this is the person I want to do life with or not. Spia producer wetu wa waste time. Yeah.
Hey my guys.
Producer wetu akaagi sana.
Hakukaa sana.
Guys, me
kwa sababu alikuwa is a sober person, got a sober lady, akajua chenye wanataka na wakasonga. Anyway, as I was saying, I believe marriage starts when both of you agree that mnataka kufanya hiki kitu. Then hiyo sasa ni yenu, okay? And probably si God anaonaga kila kitu. Mnaambia God, God mimi nimeamua ku date tu jamaa ameamua ku date mimi, alafu eventually parents nini. But I believe marriage starts from there. Yeah.
Kabla tujaenda hivyo, mimi niko na suggestion. Moving forward. You know, back then our parents used to organize our marriages. I think we need to go back to that. Because zenye tunajaribu kujiorganize zina fail.
So
zinakuwa mambo, my guys.
Unataka upigie madhako simu mwambie kutafutie kakienyeji huko.
Mami, makosa imefanyika. Tafadhali, kuna kijana huko nyumbani
na akuwe na nduthi.
Mimi sitaki wa nduthi. Mimi nataka tu mwenye ako na kashamba tu mahali.
Iko tu sawa.
Bora tu ni mtu tunaweza valisha akae smart. Na akuwe na katu vizuri.
Na tumbaye sneakers.
Sneakers never. You cannot date me and look terrible.
But what is the fantasy about walking down the aisle and
ngoja kabla tujaenda hapo. Kuna swali ulikuwa umeuliza ya where does marriage start?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you guys a very controversial opinion.
We love it.
Marriage starts kwenu. Kwenu home. Yani like for me kwetu. What I have seen at home is going to determine how my marriage is going to look like.
Basi wengine wetu hata atungeoa.
No, in the sense that in the sense that I don't want my marriage to look like fighting in front of the kids, number one. I don't want my marriage to look like I'm raising my kids alone. You see things like that. It's the things you have seen at home that are going to shape how your marriage, how your perception of marriage. No. By the time you're 15, Noel, and Mumbai, your eyes are already open to see what the flaws in your parents' marriage, the flaws in your home, the good things in your home that you want to experience in future. So marriage starts where? Just as we said, charity begins at home. Marriage also begins kwenu.
Kwetu nyumbani.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Well, PS, I am not married. I am as single as I can be.
I am tafuteni muanzishe marriage. Yes.
Yeah. The reason as to why nimesema it's once the guy sees you and actually feels like I really want to pursue this lady. It's what happened with Adam and Eve. You know, immediately when Eve alitokea, Adam was like, bones of my bones, flesh of my flesh, and that was it.
Hey, lakini Adam hakuwa na options.
No, alikuwa na options. Kuna msee fulani nilisikiza, alikuwa anasema ati what Adam called Eve became, and not just Eve, what Adam called everything that we see, it became. Okay, so Adam agetaka kuita giraffe wife, bones of my bones. Mtu yangu tugewa wanyama basi. It's what Adam called that thing became. Okay. And alikuwa na connect that with the power in the tank of a man towards the woman. Okay. If you really want to empower your woman, don't even try to get a job for her. Words, just use words. And if you want to damage her completely,
use words.
Use words.
Yeah.
You know, so I believe marriage starts when that man throws words to you, and you feel these words are speaking to me, and I feel that this is someone who we can do life together with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. What is this? Stella, unaweza taka walk down the aisle with a white gown and.
So white is not my favorite color. But
utavaa gown ya black.
A black jaba. Utaka mama yangu anichape. But it's somewhere. So this year tukifanya vision boards.
Uliandika get married?
No, not this year. Hey, too soon guys, too soon. But it's something I'd want to do. Not in a white gown, but it's something I'd want to do.
Do you want to walk down the aisle?
I wouldn't mind, but mi hadi tukimalizia hapo kwa rorashio niko tu sawa.
Tufanye hii kitu as soon as possible.
Sasa, let me tell you, I was sending you guys some things on our social media, and part of this, when I was going through my social media, this year, I was seeing a lot of people in marriages are becoming so toxic, not the way it used to happen before. Najua kitambo tulikuwa tunaonaga ati mademo wanapigwa na husbands, but like 50, not even 50, like 80 or even 90% of the videos that I was sending you guys was women becoming violent to their husbands or to their men. Where is this thing coming from? You know, men don't talk, by the way.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, mbona mnapiga machali wenyu majama?
Mnapiga kina nani?
Okay, no, speak on behalf of the ladies. Why do you think these things are happening in marriages?
Ulienda kutafuta Conjestina Ching wewe.
Or in relationships, by the way. Why do you think these things are happening?
Me bana nipigeni mawe, but I say one thing. You attract who you are.
Tapigwa mawe wewe. Okay.
Mimi na siringi, mi sijaipigwa na nimedate town. Nairobi imenionyesha mambo.
Ujifika hiyo level.
Sijifika hiyo level because I am not that toxic.
Yeah.
Siko toxic ati neza fika point where neza gonga jama ama neza entertain kugongwa ni jama. Ukiona umefika hiyo place, you need some self-searching because you're equally toxic.
We. Chemke.
So unasema ule dem anapigwa
ule dem anapigwa na amekaa. Unajua mnaweza anta relationship kwa 1 month. Si unaendelea kujua mse umepigwa. Useme please I cannot stomach this, utoke. You are a sober person. But you're still there. Oh, he will change. Oh, he's a man of God. God will change him. You're equally toxic. Hakuna ama so wewe siku moja pia unaweza mwekelea kibari.
Okay. Stella, what do you think?
Kuna kitu babangu anasemanga, mtu akishindanga amekwambia nitakuchapa kuna siku tu itafika atakuchapa
na utapigwa vibaya
nitakwambia ndakuua there's a day itafika atakumada ule msi
yes.
you know but kwani mnapigana nyinyi ni watu wazima kwani unapiga mtu mzima wewe na wewe
mwambie tu atasikia
but guys tunarudi bado kwa trauma
you know
childhood traumas
tunarudi bado
unaona ile story yangu ya marriage starts at home there you go mse madhe yake mzai wake amekuwa anapiga madhe yake so yeye anajua the best way to discipline a woman ni kumkula mangumi hapo you know
but also iko na two sides because kuna mwenye ameona mamake akipiga akasema mimi sitaipiga wife yangu
kuna hiyo there's a church preaching wanasema beating your wife is biblical
so upigwe upendi
dear godly man producer camera ni gani dear godly man who wants to marry me mimi utanichapa tu hivi na nikufe just look at me I mean I am very small I am tiny I am not even 55 kg so utanipiga mimi ni dead
achane tu na wewe
mimi nitasikia mimi hata ukiinua tu sauti kidogo nitalia usi shout
tulia Stella kuna kitu unataka kusema timu utanipiga nikufe
so there's also that story that side ya this lady aliona madhe yake akichapwa naye akasema na mimi mwanaume hata wainipiga so the day the man raised the hand huyo mdema aliinuka na yeye na akaingia sasa before unipige na kufanya nini godha mgodhe you know but venye tu mnasema hiyo you attract
who you are
a part of who you are not who you are a part of who you are but also a part of you knows that umse mkiwa mna date alikuchapa unaona a part of you knows that this man hapo mbele atakuchapa kuna msemo wa Waswahili Waswahili huwa wanasema mwanamke apigwi ila kwa leso
maana yamaanishaje
yamaanisha
niko interested
the best ama the worst beating you can give a woman is kuchukua tu leso na leso haiwezi uwa mtu you know but also the question again is kwa nini unapiga mtu mzima mtu mwenye ako na akili zake timamu mtu ambaye unaweza muongelesha na asikize kwa nini wampiga
mimi ndio leso staki
hata hiyo leso tu mimi nishakwambia mimi hata ukinua tu sauti nilale ni yote hata umenishautia nenda kwetu because I don't want to die
but anyway it's just more of trauma
it's trauma
undealt bitterness vitu tu kama hizo ndio zinafanya watu kuiviwa behave hivyo kama wanyama
watu waende therapy as an advocate of therapy guys do therapy deal with your childhood wounds deal with your childhood trauma and adult trauma before you decide to accommodate someone else yes bure mtaumiza watu
mtakufa vibaya
mada cases are not easy from a legal perspective manslaughter ni upige mtu hivi adedi ukimstab 27 times that is murder with intent
wanasemaga manslaughter ni ile tulipigana si wote tulikuwa tunapigana but niligodha ukadedi hiyo nayo judge atakwambia it's manslaughter because we were fighting na iendagi chini ya 15 years pale unaweza pigwa 15 years kwa jela mada wewe unaozea jela so now guys let's be careful I was reading a story in TikTok like there was an altercation between this amazing beautiful couple so now the chick had traveled she had gone sijui where and they were not actually married but they were dating so now the chick comes back and apparently alikuwa amepeaga uchali do mpaka akamlipia rent unajua ile situation yako Stella ile ya kulipia na rent so now when the chick comes back anapiga ile mnajua ile surprise visit without telling your boyfriend you're coming over so alifika pale akapigwa na kitu Waswahili wanaitwa butwa so butwa ilikuwa imekaa so butwa was sitting alafu butwa inaga adabu unajua butwa inaweza ona ukitoka tu mahali umetoka butwa ikuambii
naambia wamesha zake ingojeni hapa nikuteipana
so butwa yani iliacha tu dem akakam akajisurprise of course aliingia dem akaona viatu zingine za dem unajiencourage labda hata sister yake amevisit
ati anavadera kipiga pilao
unaona tu dera ati labda na magadera akipiga pilao, unajua na hii time yote Butwa iongei, yeah, unaget,
amekungojea
Butwa tu ametulia yani. The chick entered, akapata mdem na chali yake. In fact now how she describes it, alikuwa anasema chali alikuwa amevaa boxer na dem alikuwa anapika, and then now the house ilikuwa bed sitter. Sasa so hii nika, now the chick did not find them in act, but alipata hii situation ilikuwa very comfortable because now the chick was wearing baggy t-shirts. Now you're wearing my t-shirt.
Hello.
Now the chick was just cooking, the guy is just flexing in the
ametulia anapunga tu hewa.
Baada ya siku njema. You know? Now the girl akolangata, and she was saying kwa hasira.
Oh yeah.
Kwa hasira alikimbia kwa kitchen, alafu akachukua kisu. In fact all that situation she talked to nobody. Alafu akaenda tu straight akadunga huyo dem.
Mdem si mwanaume?
No, hakudunga chali yake, alidunga dem. And then chali yake alikuwa like, oh my god, ni nini imefanyika? No, now the guy carried nini unacheka wewe? Ndio tunaongelea stories za rambi. Now the guy carried the chick akampeleka hospitali. And now udem amedungana. Imagine alibaki hapo kwa nyumba. Hakuenda mahali na kisu yake. Alafu how she describes it, alikuwa anasema alibaki akijiuliza saa nimefanya. Yeah. Wacha nichemshe kauji nikijiulizaga ni nini nimefanya.
Ni Mluya ule.
Ni Mluya. So kwa harakati na pilka za kuchemsha uji, polisi wakabisha mlango, wakamuuliza unaitwa Shikwekwe? Unaitwa Nekesa? Tunasikitika uliyempiga amesafiri Jongomeo bila nauli wala matwana. So that's how that lady committed murder. Unintentional.
Crime of passion. Inaitwa crime of passion.
Ni juu tu ya relationship cause alikuwa anapenda uchali.
Chali la ndani.
Huyo anaishi ndani, ndani.
Of course, sasa
anaishi ndani Rosa.
It's murder. Yeah. So actually the people around, unajua pia angalia pia watu, angalia pia. Unajua ile story ya Shafii Weru, the reason why Shafii Weru lost his job is because he talked about something that was very sensitive, very close to women's heart. And you know now Shafii Weru had to lose his job because of that story. You know, and true, this lady was invited for a date on a rooftop. Guys, who goes for a date on a rooftop?
Nipe mabao. Asante Mungu kwa kipawa.
So I think now we need to come to a point where we are educating our young girls. Yeah. Cause sahi wase wamekuwa very wanatumia tu madem venye wanataka. Gone are the days
ritualist.
Yeah, gone are the days when now unajua sisi nyinyi enzi yenu unajua ilikuwa gani? Waindi ushaitextiwa na muhindi kwa Facebook?
Mbaya wengi.
Bado wananitext.
Bado unatextiwa kwa na waindi.
Wasi naenda pitanga pale Facebook na nakuta
na wanaga story mingi, they normally go straight to the point. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Nilionesha wengine na best yangu alinionyesha huyo muhindi tu alikuwa ameenda tu straight. Hi.
Hello.
Uka reply hi. Muhindi ashago please send me vagina. So
send me photos.
Send me I'm like, what photos do you want?
Wemze.
You know, you know, and things are happening right now. Watu wanatumiwa huku nje. Utaingia Telegram, you will unite Kenyans.
Lakini tena unajua Telegram, mimi naona ngawasema mengia Telegram especially 11 pm nakuja. Kwa nini naingia Telegram 11 pm?
But Telegram do you have to announce to everybody? Do you have friends who have joined Telegram?
I'm not even.
Hata huyu atumii Telegram.
Cool kid bana.
Cool kid. Sisi watu wa Telegram.
Ujaingia Telegram?
Sisi hata movie.
Ujaiona Noel started using Telegram?
Mimi Telegram natumianga juu once in a while wakati sina pesa ya kwenda movie hangout with my brother. Tuna download tu movie pale Telegram alafu tunapiga tu movie night yetu
sana. Movie night hapo swafi. BNN pale inachoma. So bottom line of this story ni let's look at the people that we are dating. Usiangalie mtu na macho udhani ni mtu mzuri. By then now hata kuangalia tu mtu hivi na macho sasa huwezi jua whether someone is a good person. You can't. So let's be very skeptical kwa wale ambao tunawaleta karibu na sisi. Ama namna gani?
Namna gani my friend?
Mko na kingine cha kusema kwa hii episode before tumalizie?
I wanted to share something going back to why men hate women and vice versa. So there is this thing that I was reading. Venye kitambo, the guy knew what they ought to do and the lady knew what they ought to do. As in, jamani atoke mtaa, till the land, ama hunting, nini arudi mtaa na food, mamas ni kupika, taking care of the kids, nini hivyo. Alafu the World War came and the guys had to go to fight. Okay. So once they went, nobody's bringing food at home. So the lady had to
support the
family. To support the family. Ache watoi home, probably ache the first child, take care of the other siblings. Aisha atafute mboka. Okay. So by the time hiyo war inaisha, mama asha get stamina. Ashajua venye hizi mambo huenda, ashajua how to till the land as well na kuprovide for the family. So mzae amekam, yes, but sahi wanaamka wote wakiishia. Unaona? So there isn't anything that a man feels like this is what I am doing and it is making me feel like I'm protecting my family or I'm providing for my family, so I'm the man that like inafanya nikuwe respected. Unajua, because men respect yao sana sana haikujangi automatic hivyo. They feel like for them to be respected they have to do something.
All right.
You get because jamaa tu amekaa afanyi anything, pia yanasikiaga kuna there is something wrong. Okay, there is something wrong. Dem anaweza kabila kufanya anything na there isn't anything wrong. But jamaa hawezi. Okay. So now the guy feels like there isn't anything that he can do, okay, to prove a point to the lady, to the wife or the kids, because now the wife is equally doing the same. So the only way as to how they could prove their masculinity is by being violent.
So anakupiga ndo ufeel the presence.
Ufeel presence, yeah. A man around. I'm the man, I'm the head. Now, since you cannot be the head by providing or by giving direction or something, the only way that you feel that it's the best way to do it, it's by using your masculinity. Now, so madam, of course, I want the same energy, But also, now flipping the same coin, I believe upon your violence ilianza. A guy wanting to prove masculinity because probably anafeel zile vitu zilikuwa alikuwa anafanya prove that he's a man. The lady is equally doing the same and even better. You get
inakusumbua kichwa.
Exactly, inakusumbua kichwa. So lazima mlainishe, mwambie bedhea tutoshani. So flipping the same coin for the lady, I guess tu dem akifeel amedharauliwa pia anataka kuprove a point. Uwezi ni dharau. I am learned. Sijui kama una get penye hizo perspectives mbili zinatoka.
I hear you.
Madem sahi wamekuwa tu inaitwaje? Westernized and also girl child power.
Over-empowered.
Very exactly. We are over-empowered than the boy child. Okay? So when a man starts looking down on you, you also want to prove a point. You get so unapata sa ni struggle or a battle of proving a point to each other. It's no longer about coming together and not what is the word? What is the word? Not competing, but complimenting is the word. Unapata sasa hatutaki kucompliment each other, tunataka kucompete. Na ule mse ana feel like
the sexes.
Ule mse ana feel anashindwa kwa hii competition, anajaribu
kutumia nguvu.
Kutumia sasa nguvu sasa.
So sad.
It's so sad. So we should try and compliment each other instead. Because Noel wewe na wife yako, there is what she's good at that you're not, and vice versa. There is what you're good at she's not, you know. So instead of trying to be equally good at that space where she's good at, just complement each other.
Yeah.
And hide each other's
100.
Yeah.
Pastor Stella.
Mimi niko na notes. I have notes, guys.
Yes.
But I'm just going to read the conclusion of whatever I was writing down.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, marriage as a godly institution is a sacred covenant created by God to reflect his love and unity. It's a partnership meant for companionship, purity, procreation, and the glorification of God. By honoring God's design for marriage, couples can experience his blessings and fulfill their divine purpose together. Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful stuff over there.
Yeah, so marriage, I know there was a discussion we were having in church yesterday. Tunasema yesterday that kuna wase marriage yao ilianzia mdem alitolewa kwa klabu, boys juu ulitoanea klabu, but their marriage is so fruitful compared to wase wenye walipatana church.
Yeah,
there is no manual to this thing.
That happens.
Yeah.
But now it's God's design.
Yeah, it is.
God brought these guys together for his own purpose. Kuna wase walipatana klabu na wako pamoja. Kuna wase walipatana church na waka divorce. Na kuna the vice versa. Kuna wase walipatana klabu wakaachana. Na kuna wase walipatana church waka stick.
Yeah.
So there is no like human manual to marriage. Again, I am not speaking as a married person. I am speaking as someone who is an outsider at the moment.
Yeah.
You know? So it's God's design sticks.
Yeah.
God's design, God's original design for marriage needs to stick. Yeah.
Talking about marriage, guys, let me loosen it kidogo. I was reading on the socials. There's a culture down in UG. A very interior space there. There's a culture there of Ugandans. When you're getting married, you have to sleep with your wife's auntie. You saw that?
Aye.
Man, I
Me
was
to
like,
Uganda had that.
You have had that thing. So is it a real thing ama ilikuwa ni propaganda? Ati so mi kama ni Charlie, when I'm going to get married to this community or to this lady, one of their aunties.
No, it's not one.
That
It's a
is
specific
so
auntie.
demonic.
Oh, it's a specific auntie.
Kuna tu auntie moja amesetiwa tu mahali yendi yako.
Kwani huwa auntie?
But that is so demonic.
Yeah. And it's a culture,
demonic.
and there are people who are practicing it.
Before your wedding night with your husband, that specific aunt has to sleep with your husband to make sure that your husband is okay.
So what are they measuring? They are trying to look at to come and confirm to you if this is a person that you can sustain marriage with. Anaangalia kama mechi iko swafi. So auntie akikuja confirm aseme nasikitika ndugu wako na ulemavu. So that's the auntie who now puts the stamp in terms of the marriage in your house. But me, I'm just
2025.
There's a culture that's still
Uganda watu nao wameshikilia culture yao vibaya sana.
Hey, that is so sad.
You know what was really breaking me as I'm thinking, okay, now that auntie has weka tick. Sawa. I've gotten into how will I see this auntie moving forward?
I know, right?
Now imagine you guys have gone for a family function.
Imagine.
And you're sitting and the auntie passes in front of you.
Na unajua amedoze na like the sons of these
What?
yeah.
So
Huyo ni
make up
mmoja tu amekuwa tu pale
Imagine.
kama unaonanga I don't know if
Huyo
you guys-
auntie waolewi ananga familia.
kuna wale hata wanakuanga wako married. So
but kazi yake ni moja kwa hiyo boma.
East Africa breweries and any other brewery wanakuanga na mtu anaitwa tester wa
Yeah,
kutest
yeah.
kama
Wine
alcohol.
tester.
Yeah,
Alcohol
ndio huyo
content.
sasa.
So huyo auntie ndio wine tester wa
But huyo
that is
auntie
very wrong.
huyo auntie
Hey.
but huyo auntie anafaa kuwa close basi na au mason-in-laws wanakam
Yeah.
because I feel like huyo auntie ndio the determinant factor. Huyo ndo kusema kama hata sahii unajua the way now us we normally think about wale wazee wa kijiji. For now this situation in this culture is the auntie. Me I feel like hata huyo auntie ukulaga hongo. Mzee anaenda
unaingia naye pale unamwambia saa akitusipige issue
auntie
na kukanja.
auntie we
Mimi
kula
nakukanja.
10,000 enda useme mimi ni gwiji.
Na unajua 10,000 ya Kenya ni milioni 7 ya Uganda.
As in,
Hata mtu atakuwa ameomoka mbaya.
Yeah, so some people are still holding on to
Yeah,
those cultures.
and it's wrong.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, very.
Tunasikitika sana.
Kina-
Tukimalizia Stella.
Yeah.
Social media kumewaka moto. Wanasemaje pale ndani?
So Munaona historia ya Gloria Chalo na the boyfriend when you break up, so wako na co-parenting duties. What happens to two Luya people, Waluya waki break up? Unajua sisi pets ni kuku, you know.
What are you going to co-parent?
Muta co-parent kuku. Just asking.
Sawa, mimi nikimalizia niliona hii. I found it so hilarious. So there's this he's a Russian billionaire. He's now working as a delivery man. Imagine. Now, let that sink in. So this guy is a Russian billionaire, not even a millionaire.
Billionaire.
He's a Russian billionaire. But right now he's working as a delivery man. Ask me why.
Why?
Because he's bored of staying indoors.
Nipate hiyo pesa pia mimi niboeke tu kukaa indoors.
As in the guy is a billionaire, amechoka kukaa indoors, akaamua kuwe delivery guy. Ewe baba.
Na kuna mtu hiyo ni tegemeo.
Hiyo ndio tegemeo.
Now, wewe chukua kazi ya wenyewe wewe.
Manze, I'm like,
resign.
I'm like, bro. I saw another one. It was fire. Walikuwa wanasema, do you know a wood frog? The wood frog. Unajua hii wood frog.
Hey.
Freddy will put that frog. Yeah. It's called a wood frog. Like mbao, wood. Fun fact about a wood frog. It can hold its pee for up to 8 months.
8 months? Kwani pregnancy?
Yeah. I know. It can hold its pee up to 8 months.
Ngoja kabla tujasonga kwa Munde.
Let me see it.
Kuna tweet flani niliona pale online. Mjamaa flani anasema my landlord is 24 years old.
What?
And if you reach out to him with a complaint about your apartment, tuseme your roof.
Hey, roof. Father, may you give me a roof over my head.
Your roof is leaking ama tuseme maji haifanyi kazi. Huyu jamaa atakwambia umfollow kwanza IG.
Landlord.
Who subscribe to his YouTube page.
Hiyo shida ya kukuwa na landlord wa yake.
Jenzi, before akufix hizo shida zote, lazima uwe umemfollow for a whole month.
What?
Sasa
na like content na ucomment
na ni landlord. Hiyo ndo story wasa walikuwa na complain, wanasema manze muache kuzaa late. Sasa anti yangu manze ako PP1. Ushaonaga ile kwa situation yenye uko na wewe ni mtu mkubwa lakini uko na anti.
Wewe sema tu Waluya.
Wewe ni mtu mkubwa but uko na anti manze ako 5 years.
Waluya mimi niko na shosho. Mimi niko na shosho ambaye kuna mtoto anaita shosho. Ndio yako PP2.
Ndio unamuita shosho.
Shout out to shosho Esther.
Sasa kuna jamaa alikuwa anasema eti sasa majamaa niko kwa nyumba siwezi toka nje juu anti yangu anaoshwa hapo nje. Sasa anaogopa laana bana, hizi ona anti yake. Yaani unakaa kwa nyumba. Guys, wacheni hizo bana, tungangane. Esther.
Yeah, I'll wind up with a quote. Both faith and fear demand you to believe in something you can't see. So it's up to you to choose.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. Thank you so much guys for always joining in. Tafadhali tena na tena tunawasihi ya kwamba mfike pale mbonyeze kidude so that you can
fanya kuscrub. Unaisema tu hivyo ndio sikuaibishe. Fanya tu kuscrub.
Fanya kuscrub. Subscribe by the way, share with your friends like if you love our content. Let's continue. That's the best way you can support us by the way. And we are loving the love that you are showing us online. Thank you so much. Mungu azidi kuwabariki tena na tena na tena. Au sio? Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a good time and we normally say that we are good vibes and
Yeshua. Yeshua.